Request sent.
Hi Commanders, my name's Commander Pausanias, and what I'm going to hopefully show you in this video is the loadout on my T10. I've already put a video up showing you how to use it and how effective it is against killing Thargoid Scouts, and what I will do is I'll link the two videos together so that you can do the build and then see how it works, or see how it works and then do the build. It's up to you. Now I have to give a shout out to Shengarlander on this video, because this is mainly his build but not exactly. So without any further ado, we'll get straight into what's what. Hard points. Right, I am running 4 3E AX multi-cannons, 2 below, 2 above, which is also explained in the video on about how to use this. Let's see, AX multi-cannons are Xeno weapons, so you will have to do all the unlocking and everything to get those, but that's for another video and another time. Right, 2F multi-cannon with high capacity magazine and auto loader, so it keeps firing continuously. Another 2F cannon, same thing, high capacity magazine and auto loader. Another 2F multi-cannon, modification high capacity, auto loader. And then I've got a 1G multi-cannon, you've guessed it, high capacity auto loader, and a further 1G multi-cannon, high capacity auto loader. I all use auto loaders because they just keep firing continuously. And the thing about this build is that it's all multi-cannons. There's no lasers involved in anything. Lasers don't really have a great deal of effect on Thargoid Scouts, whereas multi-cannons do. The 4 weapons that are going to do all the damage to the Scouts are these 4, the 3E AX multi-cannons. These other multi-cannons are just there to assist you. They do some damage, and I've actually just finished a round of 50 Scouts, and I ran out of bullets in these first 4 on the first of the last 4 Scouts, and finished up killing the remaining 3 Scouts with just these weapons. Took a bit of time, but I did it and got them all dead. So that's your hard points. Right, utility mounts. I've got a point defense on there, which is obviously on the top of the ship. That is useful for shooting at the caustic missiles when they come in. And then I've got a load of shield boosters, all of which are heavy duty shielded level 5 with super capacitors. I'll just show you this one just to show you, but there's heavy duty super capacitors. Now I've got 5 of those on the ship. In this position I've got a weight shift scanner, frame shift weight scanner with a long range scan on it. Now the only reason I've got that is because some of the threat 4s you drop into, there's a couple of ships in there. When they leave, if you've finished the battle off, you can get a quick frame shift weight scan out of those and get yourself a bit of extra data. And then lastly, I've got an 0E Xeno scanner. You must have that because you can't scan any of the ships when you go in into the threat 4s and 5s to know what's what, if you haven't got that fitted. Now if you go into a threat 4 with 7 scouts in it, you need to go after the berserkers, inciters, and the regenerators as described in the other video, and you won't know which one's which if you haven't got that fitted, so that's an essential part of this build. Now the only thing I might change on this is the point defense that's on the top. I think I could do with one underneath as well, in case the caustic missile comes from that direction, because I do sometimes still get caustic damage when the missiles are fired. And it's got, with 5 shield boosters in there, you've got more than enough hull tank in there too, so you can afford to lose one of those. I might make that modification down the road. Right, core internal, 1A military grade composite, heavy duty armour, layered plating. An 8D power plant. It's really just for lightness, really. That's been modified for being overcharged and just stripped down. It's just a light power plant. That is 7D thrusters with dirty drive tuning, and again stripped down for lightness. 7A frame shift drive. Got increased range on it and mass manager. Now I don't generally take this ship out of the Celiano area where I do all my scout killing, so the frame shift drive is not essential, but if I do need to move it, I need a good one. 5D life support. It's going to give you again, it's the lightweight one, 7 minutes 30 seconds of life support. A 7D power distributor, again D for lightness. 4D sensors, and a 5C fuel tank with 32 capacity. Again, don't take this out of the system very much, but a 32 is more than enough if I did want to. Right, optional internal, an 8A shield generator. Reinforced shields level 5 with multi-weave reinforced shields for the modification. Shields are a good part of this build, but not essential because it is Xeno stuff with the scouts that you are shooting at, but they will shoot a lot of SH-1T at you, which if you've got good shields is useful. A 7E decontamination limpet controller. Now this again is an essential part of this ship. You are going to get SH-1T shot at you by the scouts during the skirmish, and you need to get rid of it at the end of each session. So the decontamination limpets, I've got 4 active limpets on this, and that is a decent amount to have. Right, 6A fuel scoop, again fuel scooping, not really taking this ship anywhere, but got a 6A in there. 5H Guardian frame shift drive booster, again don't take the ship anywhere, but if I did take it somewhere, that's giving me an extra 10.5 light years jump range. A 5D module reinforcement package in that slot. That one's empty. Could put another one of those in there, but I've found it's not worth it. 4D hull reinforcement package. This is modified with heavy duty hull, level 5 and deep plating. I've got a 4E cargo rack with 16 capacity, and a 1E cargo rack with 2 capacity, so I've got the facility there for 18 limpets. Now on a batch of 40 to 50 scouts, that's more than enough to have your decontamination limpets, so you've got 18 decontamination limpets there. And I've said in the previous video, once your decontamination is finished, if you let the limpets stick to the hull, it'll actually repair hull damage after the caustic damage has been removed. I've got a 3D collector limpet in there. That's in case I go into any of the high grade emissions and things like that that are floating around in these systems, and just allows you to pick up the extra materials and things that we've got that appear in these systems. Detailed surface scanner, don't use that really, that's a bit of an extra bit. Docking computer, because I like to be able to sit there and just have a look around in VR whilst I'm going into the station and out of it. And it's just, after you've just killed 40 or 50 scouts, it's just a bit of relaxation to go back in there. So that takes care of the actual build. Right, let's have a look on here. On the power distributor, what I tend to run with is if you balance all the power and then 1 pip to systems, that's usually enough to run all your weapons, engines, and keep your shields going during the battle. Fire groups. Right, I've got an A fire group set up here with all my multi-cannons on 1, all of them. I've got a decontamination limpet controller on button 2 on my pinky button. I've got the Xeno scanner on number 2 there as well. It's not an actual button, that is, and that's just the device that sits on the ship to operate the Xeno scanner. You don't actually physically operate it itself. And on my B button, I've got my collector limpet controller for when I'm picking up materials, with the frameshift wake scanner on button 1. As I said before, when the ships are going out, when you've finished doing the little batch of 4 or 7, you can usually get a scanning on the ships that have been in there from the start. Detailed surface scanner and my discovery scanner, don't use them on this build. I could actually turn those off, and I think I'm going to, because unless I move the ship, that's pretty useless. Right, I think that's about all that you need to go through and do your build on that. If you match that build, you'll be able to do what I'm showing in the other video. I hope that's useful to you as always. My name's Commander Pausanias. Consider subscribing to the channel if you've liked it, and definitely pressing the like button. And I'll see you in the Black Commanders. Fly safe and fly far. And Black Box Norman.